Chapter 23, Save the Queen from Dark! This chapter's gonna blow your freaking minds, you guys! Also, it's good! Exclamation point, period. The cops ran as fast as they could to Light's mom's house. Were they anywhere close to there, so how could they run? Wouldn't it be faster to drive or call the local precinct and tell them, hey, get over there, it's kind of important, and hold the fort until we can get there? Whatever. And looked in the car. Light and Elle were sexing inside on the back seat. And they were naked! How could they have already got there to do that? And why would they get in the car and do that when they have a perfectly good house beside them to go into? Whatever. What the freaking are you doing, you freakish son of mine, and you skrinkly detective dude who likes sugar and candies? This was a clue in very important case, and you got your sexiness all over in it. Oh no, his sexiness got all over the clues. How could we ever see the clues for his sexiness? Oh no. You are banned from the Yagami house, both of you. Light lives there. He can't be banned from it. And also, why would Elle, of all people, contaminate a crime scene? He's Elle. Both of you, but first we have to catch your sister. So wait, why is Soichiro saying this? Why? How could he ban his own son from his own house? Soichiro gasped, looking into car. Not the car, he's looking into car, which was dark because the windows were smoking from all the sexy. That's not how stuff works. That isn't how anything works. It doesn't suddenly get steamy. Just like meteorological conditions aren't dependent on people crying. Okay, said Elle, and sexed a bit more, then stopped. Why? Why would he sex more now that he has an audience? Second of all, why would he be in Mr. Yagami's car and having sex? Third off, why should he stop if he's having sex? I mean, really, he's already caught, so what does it matter? No, said I, all sadly style. Is it like Gundam style? Grabbing onto Elle's ankle like a sadly styled dude. I want to do more sexing. They went into the house and Light was still grabbing Elle's ankles. Is Elle just like dragging him from the car into the house? Why wouldn't Light just get up and walk and be like, well, since Dad's kind of an asshole and we can't have sex in the car, though I don't know why we're having sex in the car in the first place, let's just go upstairs to my room. And he got dragged. Okay, so he was being dragged. And he got dragged along, and he was naked, and his man thing got all scratched, by the driveway, and it hurt. Which again, why doesn't he let go of Elle's ankle and just stand up and walk? And why is he outside where everybody can see him naked? Ow. Because they were good cops. They took a bunch of fingerprints that looked like an L to me off the walls and the door thingies and the fridge and the bin and the hi-fi. The hi-fi? I think you mean Wi-Fi. And Light's iPod just in case. What good would taking fingerprints do? Just to prove that she was there? I don't understand. Hell incarnation! Like the flour or the evaporated milk? Watari screeched like a vampire bat. Okay. The sodding night lass just sodding forgot her fingers. So she just has stumps instead of hands, I guess. Because he couldn't find them anywhere, not even behind the TV. Her fingers? Why would he be looking for her fingers? And why would they be there at the house? Wouldn't she rather have her fingers on her hand with her? I would. She must be here somewhere, Gramps. And we can find her thanks to her fingerprints and also her fingers, which she forgot, but which we can't find here for some reason. Elle said, eating the remote. I'm assuming that's the remote to the TV and not the remote to the portable vibrator or something. Why would he do that? Elle eats candy and sweets. He's not a billy goat. Did you look in Sayu's room? Which should be a question instead of an exclamation point. Also, why would Knight be there? So they went up and there was nothing there. Except they found a sandwich, which could have been there for who knows how long. And Elle ate it, because it was a sandwich made of gummies. Also, Sayu and Misa were sexing, but they hid in the closet. Do you get it? It's a joke. It's a very poor joke. Also, why would they be in her room? And how did they get there from the firing range? And then that whole thing with Yotsuba and the helicopter. Why wouldn't they just be in the Shinigami realm doing this? Why couldn't Sayu, being the queen of the Shinigami, go up to the Shinigami realm and use one of its many portals to look down at the earth to find Knight? Where could that bloody ing last be? Bloody ing? Bloody ing. Last be, Watari pondered, very loudly, as he read Sayu's diary, and it was full of naughty things, so he kept it for later. Okay, why would he read her diary? You also said they found nothing. Reading her diary means they found something, being that something being her diary. Watari has better things to do, I'm sure, than read somebody's self-fanfiction. Or fanfiction, I guess she's writing. Who knows? It's her diary. Shouldn't be reading it, that's wrong. You want to know? Screamed a mystery voice from the air vents. So somebody is in rather small air ducts inside the Yagami household. Who was that? Light whimpered, peeing his pants, except he wasn't wearing them, so he peed the carpet instead, and Suricho got kinda mad and beat him. What? Why is he still not wearing clothes? Why was he so scared by somebody saying, you want to know, that he peed himself? And he couldn't even do that, so he peed on the floor. And apparently Saritra is a bad father because he just beats his son for being scared and peeing on himself. My cat is going crazy. Come to my secret base in Dark's room and you'll learn who it be. Oh, we're still talking like this. Also, Dark was sharing a room with Light. How is it just Dark's room? And if there's a secret room in Light's room, wouldn't Light know about it and would have checked it there just to make sure? Everyone who heard it was extra shocked and ran there straight away. The pencil was in the door, but it broke and they opened it. The pencil doesn't stop people from coming into the room. What it does is it tells Light that somebody has been in his room. That's it. And Dark's room was... Oh, and in Dark's room was... Dark Yagami! Dark friggin' Yagami, you guys! How's that a surprise? I tricked you all, he said, and to show them, he turned on the TV. There was a guy in London interviewing the Queen, and they were drinking tea and being very British. Suddenly the Queen got up and punched the dude in the face, which was something the Queen wouldn't normally do, but she did, and that's why it's shocking. Well, yeah, I'd be pretty shocked if the Queen went crazy all of a sudden, just punched a dude in the face on TV, because that's very out of character for the Queen, or any royalty, really. Everyone in the world listen to me, she said, and they did. Why is her dialogue bold? Whatever. I have an impotent thingy to say. Why, she would say it with more elegance than that, even if you were reading a script for the Queen of England to say. The world will end in 10 minutes thanks to Knight Yagami and her magnificent bastard brother Dark. This is not a test. Why would she say any of this? And I don't think you understand what magnificent bastard means. There was chaos everywhere except for France. Except for France, because they didn't speak English. Not like they would have translators or something. And there are other places in the world that don't speak English at all. Dudes were punching dudes and being drunk and sick everywhere. And they were sexing frantically. And babbies were being born left and right and also center. You can't just command babbies to be born. Okay? Regardless of what MIL might have taught you, that cannot happen. Babies come when they are due. A car crashed off a cliff and hit we're back to nuclears. And hit a nuclear plant, and it did a very big plant like a redwood. Oh, and it was a very big plant. Wait, we're not talking about like a power plant. We're talking about like an actual plant, like a sunflower or an evergreen. So there is a nuclear plant, as in an actual plant and not a power plant. And it was a very big plant, like a redwood, but nuclear. So it exploded and took out all of Kentucky. Why not here, like in Oak Ridge? Wouldn't that make more sense? That's where all the nuclear shit is. Not Kentucky. Of course, I guess I have a swift death then. And then there was no more fried chicken. Oh, I see what you did there. Not like, the South is famous for fried chicken or anything. Another drove into the sea and hit a submarine somehow. And the captain tripped over and pressed the nuclear button because subs have nuclears. Some subs maybe, but I don't think you can actually do that. Nuclear button, which shot a bunch of nuclears at the International Space Station, just like in Modern Warfare 2 again. I don't think you could probably shoot it at them. It's not actually gonna hit them. They're in fucking space. If the whole world nuclear catastrophe, everything, they're the people that's gonna be fine. Aside from maybe somebody crazy living in a bunker underground, like never seen the light of day in 50 years. And maybe some tribesmen that still exist in various places in the world, but anyway. Also, I don't think you can do any of this in Modern Warfare 2, but I haven't played that game, so I don't know. Don't panic, dudes, because the Queen would say this. The Queen bellowed, "Don't panic, dudes!" That's not really bellowing, that just sounds like I'm stupid. To calm the scene a bit, I'm not really the Queen. I'm not really the Queen. I am just Dark Yagami using a Death Note to talk. No shit. How do you think the Queen is being controlled? Duh. Dark put his pen down and said, "What do you think?" Instead of asking a question, he's apparently saying this very excitedly. "You bloody queen-killing wanker," Watari roared, extremely angry, and put dusters on his knuckles. But they weren't very good dusters because they were made of metal, not cloth, so they couldn't dust stuff off. But they could punch dudes, and that's why he did it. I think you mean knuckles, not dusters, which would be made of metal. Are you talking about like fingerless gloves or something? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. What you could mean by dusters. I'll have to look that up later. Wait, Watari! Oh, wait, Watari. If the Queen that is me dies, You will be the new queen, 'cause Dark doesn't want to be queen, and he will pass the title on to you. That's not how it works, and Dark can't become Queen of England. That's why she has her grandsons. Also, there is an entire line of people, and if the world is ending in 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. Oh, okay, Watari said, and 'cause he didn't want to waste the dusters, he punched Light. Why? And told the guy to put some cloths on. Well, I wouldn't punch him, but yeah. Oh my god, this next paragraph. So anyway, Dark, that is me, has a list of demeans. Wow, you're a dick. That must be met? Is that the right met? I'm not sure. Step 1. You have demands, not steps. This isn't like a workout program. He wants $2 trillion. I don't think there's enough money in the world to make trillions. Is there? And why specifically 2 trillion? That would probably be all the money in the world. Also, if he's going to make Watari Queen of England, why doesn't he just do that? Why does he need to make demands? And again, the world is ending in 10 minutes. Why does he need to make demands? It's not like he can stop her. He wants $2 trillion too. I want Spain and the moon and the sun. You can't own the moon or sun. They're objects in space. One is made of gas. 3. I want a bus that will go to my house from the gym. Why? I want a personal chauffeur to cart my ass all around town. You know, why would I specifically want from one place to the next? And just one place. And back again. Really. 4. I want a gym. Shouldn't that been your first demand and then ask for the bus for some reason instead of just a car to get you there? 5. I want Guitar Hero for Christmas 'cause my dad is too lame to buy it. And WTF, you guys. Enough with the Guitar Hero. You lazy sack of shit. Get a job. 6. I want a spaceship and 2 kinds of Ferrari and a Lamborghini. A Lamborghini? I'm not familiar with that car. I'm not even sure if that's how you properly spell Ferrari, but I'm just gonna go with it. And you want 2 kinds of each car. I guess an old Ferrari and a new Ferrari, an old Lamborghini and a new Lamborghini. 7. 7. I want my own TV channel. What would you put on your TV channel? If I had a TV channel, I'd read, well, I guess all of my YouTube shows would be on TV. That's what I would do, I guess. I want my own TV channel that shows pics of how awesome I am every day and has vids of me sexing for everyone to see how sexy I am. I don't want to see Light or anyone who looks like Light having sex with anybody. I'll watch Matsuda and Elle have sex. I'll watch Elle and Misa have sex. I might watch Light and Rem have sex. If somebody would want to write that. But anyway. 8. I want a machine gun made of bread. That's impossible. It's impossible. But okay. 9. I want another $1 trillion. So you want $3 trillion for no discernible reason. You know, instead of asking for money, why not just say, I want everything that I could possibly want and need for free. I want a free house with free electricity and free water, and somebody who will keep up my house and everything in case, something tears up or gets clogged or whatever for free. I want free food, free cable TV, free internet, somebody who will come and pick me up and take me wherever I want to go for free and bring me home for free. I want free food, all the free groceries I could ever have. Just give it all to me for free. That would be easier. 10. I want the Dragon Balls, which aren't a real thing even in the Death Note universe. 11. I want a plane. 12. You already had a plane. Well, I guess it got crashed or something. But anyway, 12. I don't want a plan because I just remembered I have one so's, but get me another. Annie W. Ya. 13. I want a book written about how good I am at sexing, and it must be the law to read it. That's dumb. 14. I want every Playboy ever, and also the TV guide. Why not just go to the Playboy mansion and hang out? That way you see real girls with real boobs and real vaginas. 15. I want my brother's boyfriend's Gramps to be the new queen again. Thank you, wee chum. Don't mention it. Don't mention tea. 16. I want everyone in the world to send me a text, even Christy. You are starting to be really fucking creepy, sir. I don't think this Christy cares about you. She wants you to shove off and leave her alone. 17. I want a whole bunch of other things I forgot. Again, just demand everything from now on for you is free. And there you go. The queen had a heart and died. Well, I'm glad she had a heart. All those charities she gave to and things. Yeah. And died. But got back to life because Prince Charlie was there with a life note because he has one, and his Shinigami who was the ghost of a Roman dude. Well, what about his Shinigami who was the ghost of a Roman dude? To show he was serious, Dirk took the TV dudes to that bowling place in Hollywood. What? There were a bunch of mics, and they were pointing at a mohawky chick with a mohawk. Yeah, if she had a mohawk, she would be mohawky, I guess. And a bunch of tattoos. And one of them said, "Sing the song that ends the world." She did the sound check, and it was night. And the woman singing was night. Obviously, dumbass. Come on, you efficient bastard, she said, and pulled Dark on the stage. We were evil all along. Well, no shit, you're fucking evil. And so was I. No, that might be a lowercase L, I'm not sure. Blued added, but it was silly, 'cause no one could see him. Again, apparently you realize this now. Things have happened. Are they good? Well, not if the world is ending in 10 minutes. I don't know, except they're awesome, as in a place is awesome. But tell me with a review. Chapter 24. The world ends. Not. I has 20,000 views and 100 reviews. You guys are like awesome, except some of you aren't. But not you. You're cool. Except for you. You're not awesome. I hate you. You suck. Nobody likes you. Someone saw the TV and called the cops, and they sent like 3 cars. Oh, wow. Just 3 cars. Not like it's the end of the world. And a gun, 'cause Dark could destroy the world, and they didn't want to take no chances. So they're going to take a chance, is what you're telling me. So they got 3 cars and 1 gun, and they're going to take a chance. Darkest Taylor Yagami. Darkest Taylor Yagami. Okay. You are under arrest. Rest. I guess Dark is really tired and needs to take a nap. And shouldn't the priority be to kill Night, since she's the one who can actually end the world? Because apparently Dark doesn't have the anything note anymore. The cop said stuffing like 1 billion donuts into there, as in a place, face, and sugar and jelly and crinkles went everywhere, and the pink frosting also, and they looked like a pink dude covered in sugar crinkles. You mean sprinkles? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Sprinkles, and you're calling them crinkles? And way to offend a police officer. Come quietly, or we will make you come louder. Wow. I usually don't have a fetish for uniformed cops, but oh my. Dark flipped a bird. We're not sure if it's a real bird or the middle finger, but he did it at them and the bird. Okay, he flipped a real bird at them, and the bird scratched there as in a place faces and ate the jelly. Why would it do that? I would assume it would try to eat the crinkles, thinking they were seeds or something. They screamed, and a storm of sugar WNet with WNet everywhere. 1,000,000 miles away in Light's mom's house because I'm too lazy to give her a name? I smell something! Elle screamed, freaking the hell out all over the shop. You're in a house, not a shop. Yeah, your mom. What? Soichiro joked in every laugh because his bum was sick? What? I smell something, Elle screamed. Yeah, your mom, Soichiro joked, and everyone laughed because his bum was sick. So he had explosive diarrhea when he said this, and people thought it was funny? Dad! Light winked. Wind. Like a dude whose dad was mean. Actually, he just said something that really didn't make sense, and then he took a shit everywhere. Sorry, son, Soichiro said, and they hugged. And the happy music came, and the camera went fuzzy. Because they're making a porno movie, I guess. Yeah, but I smell sugar, and it's making me crazy and all up in the crazy house. Well, I guess everybody in this story, including the author, does need to go to an insane asylum. Also, how can Elle smell all the sugar from all those cops eating donuts? Whatever. Light saw Elle was getting all energy-ish, and he hugged him to calm it down. That's not gonna work. But it didn't work, and they accidentally sexed instead. How can you do that? You didn't say anything about his penis being erect, and how is it possible for that to happen? If Light hugged him, did he use his butt to hug his penis? Is that what you mean by hugging? And is that how they're having sex instead? T was good sexing, but Elle thought Light was made of candy and tried to eat him. Because Elle is stupid. Come on, Elle screamed, running out the door like a nuclear concord. I don't even know what that one's supposed to mean. I'm going to get those donuts or my... Okay. I'm gonna get those donuts or my name isn't whatever Ryuk Hadoken or whatever the frick my name really is. Ryuki Hadoken. Sorry. Yeah, so Elle can apparently smell donuts from miles away. At a bowl in Hollywood, the cops all got death noted or shot, or maybe the donuts were poisoned, I don't know. But anyway, they did, and now there's nothing to stop Dark's evil plan growing fruit. Okay? You don't know what happened, you just know that they're dead. You can't... So there's no possible way that Dark could have written in the death note that they shot each other, or that the cops got shot and died, or that the donuts that they shouldn't really have been eating for stereotypical reasons, as well as the fact that they were on call, were filled with poison, or, you know, he could have just wrote their names in the death note and they died, but I'm not quite sure how he managed to do that, since apparently he's not a Shinigami now for some reason and can't see their names to write them down in the Death Note. "Hit it, dudes," he said, and picked up a stick thing and waved it at the band that he suddenly has now. They started to play, and it was the Hokey Cokey. The Hokey Cokey? I guess that's some really bad drugs. Because that is the song that will end the world. Because if that was the song that will end the world would already have ended many, many times. Because it is evil. Because it was secretly written by Satan. Because he wanted to be famous. That song is for little kids to be taught in kindergarten. It's not really famous. But it was the evil Hokey Cokey. And it had new words in Roman. Why would it be in Roman? And a different tune. And really just the title was the same. Well, it's not really the same because it's the Hokey Cokey, not the Hokey Pokey. "Thou putteth your evil leg in." That's not different words. That's not evil. That's still the same thing. You just changed the lyrics slightly. That's like it's like the stupid penis song in Paint the Town. "Thou putteth your evil leg in." Night began to sign. She began to sign because she knows sign language. And she looked like the girl from Paramore, but not red, and also a punk. You mean the band? I think we mean the band. Hold on, I will look this up because I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Because I have some of their music in my iTunes. Yes, it is Paramore. Paramore, but they're spelling it Paramore. Parapore. Hold on, I gotta find my place again. Yeah, Paramore. Paramor. But not red, and also a punk. I haven't seen the band members of Paramore, so I don't know I can't make that comparison. Also, when you open iTunes and then close it, do you get this annoying thing now that says iTunes was closed to help protect your computer? Data execution prevention has closed iTunes click to learn more. That is so fucking annoying. Anybody know how to turn that off or why that's a thing that happens? Thank you. A fireball happened, and then an explosion, and a bigger one, and an asteroid fell out of the sky. Because that's a thing that can happen suddenly. And landed, and it exploded, and set the ocean on fire. Because you could do that to the entire ocean. Then the moon got really close to the ground, like a Majora's Mask. And it was the pointy moon, so it started stabbing people and blood poured everywhere like the sea. Except the sea was on fire like lava. So volcanoes erupted and started to evaporate the sea. As that's the only way I could see it being on fire. Oh, and also there was a volcano. Just one, though. Not so fast. A decanted pigging out on the donut. That was everywhere. What? Oh, I decanted pigging out on the donut that was everywhere. That was also apparently a poison, maybe. But we're not sure. That killed all the other cops. It's the Fuzzy! What? How is he fuzzy? Is Elle actually a panda bear in this? I don't get it. Look, Mr. L Dude, Dark said darkly, I just want to blow up the world. Is that so evil? Yes! Yes, because then where... Yes, because then where will the kitties live? Knight looked shocked and stopped singing. What? You know, you kind of destroy the world with the intent of destroying and killing everybody on it. If you are too stupid to have not thought of this when you started to sing the song that ends the world to actually end the world, I really can't help you there. That makes you pretty special. Bro, I never thought of that. I did, replied Dart, going to the snack stand and buying a bag of pretzels. Because that's what you would do at the end of the world. You wouldn't have a stake or anything. You would just end the world, I guess. Okay. Tough luck, dude, Elle said, and he got a gun and arrested him. What? I'm not sure what just happened. Night tells Dark that she never thought of that, or thought that, my bad. But Dark says he did, getting himself a snack of pretzels. And then she goes, okay. And then Elle just arrests him. So I guess somehow the problem is solved, because she was shocked that she's going to kill kids and they wouldn't have a place to live. But because Dark thought of it, she was okay with it, I guess, but still didn't sing. I don't know. At the police station again. I've done like a bunch of scenes at the police station and it's getting real boring, so I'll just say they got out again. And Dark sexed the desk lady while he was there, because that's what you do when you're as awesome as Dark and the desk lady is there. I'd sex her if I could, and also if she was real. You know, if you didn't want to cover the police station thing, you could have just omit both of these and then just jumped right to the at-home thing and just be like, Dark got out and went home. Just do that. Also, was this just like a slap on the wrist? Like if you were 5 years old stealing candy, like bubblegum from the checkout, and your parents didn't know it until you got home, and then they found out you had bubblegum. They're like, where the hell did you get that bubblegum? You little bitch, I'm gonna bust your ass. Or at least, well, Mom never said anything like that, but if she found out I stole candy, yeah, I'd get in trouble for that. At home, 2 weeks had passed and Dark was grounded for singing the song that ends the world. Yes, because you would just be grounded after you tried to kill everyone in the world and took over the Queen of England and killed her. Her Majesty would not be very happy about this. Your ass would be more than grounded. And he was the one who was singing it. It was Night. Night, meanwhile, was doing science in a room with chemicals. We don't know if it's in the same room as us, but it's somewhere. What you doing, sis? Asked Light, poking his head into the door. He didn't open the door and poke his head into her room. He just poked his head into her door. I'm testing my new invention, which is a magic chemical to make good clones of people. Okay. I don't think you can really do that, considering clones will be just as much of a person as anybody else and make their own decisions, but whatever. I don't know how it works, but I made it, and I hope I don't make a good clone of myself by mistake. You mean a bad clone? Because I would think you would want a good clone. Unless you're evil and you just want a whole army of clones to kick people's asses. A clone of myself by mistake, author's note. That would cause like another 10 chapters of awesome fic, guys. I wonder what will happen. A weird squiggly thing and winky face with tongue stuck out. That sounds lame. Shrieked Light, balleting? I think that's supposed to be balleting. Into the room? You need to find a way to make something I need, like hair gel. Author's note, Light needs a haircut cause he never has one in the show. Yeah, he does. I think it happens off screen. Isn't his hairstyle slightly different from when he's, like in the, before they make the 6-year jump? Keep in mind it's been a while, so I don't really remember. Then he tripped over and fell on his man thingy. How do you do that? Is it like always erect or something? Is that how you fall on your man thing? Man thingy and DNA went wait. He fell on it, so then falling on it made him come? Is that what you're telling me? And DNA went everywhere and a bit landed in his hair, and also some fell in the test tube full of clone juice, but no one noticed. I would notice if cum went flying everywhere and got stuck in somebody's hair. Also, if it's just pure DNA, your hair would have DNA in it. Every part of you has DNA. You kind of couldn't function or exist without it. Also, how would no one notice that some of your DNA got into a test tube? Get out of my room, you douchebag. Not douchebag, but douchebag. I am going to put this chemical in the clone maker to keep it safe, and hope I don't accidentally make a clone. I thought you wanted to make a clone, but you didn't want to make a good clone. The next day, which also happened to be Light's birthday, which would also be Dark's birthday, or did you forget that they were twins? They were all eating cake around the bonfire. I don't think you could do that in Japan. Light's mom had baked a cake shaped like Ryuk. Why would she do that? Plus, Ryuk hasn't been in the story at all. But then she cooked one shaped like blood for Dark, and it was bigger and had candles and tasted of blood bananas. Why would she do that? Because nobody eats blood bananas except for blood. Whatever. So Soichiro had kicked Light's cake out the window, where it landed in a splat in the whole left, as in your left hand, in the driveway by the nuclear bomb back in Chapter 7. They wouldn't have bothered to fill that in, and nobody would have, made a health check or anything. Save some cake for me, pranced a voice from the door. A dude walked in. He looked exactly like Dark, except... Wait, shouldn't he look like Light? A dude walked in. He looked exactly like Dark, except his head was shaved into a funky spiral like Kanye when he did that thing and didn't let them finish. I don't know what you're talking about. But this guy will, 'cause he's a good clone. He was wearing a t-shirt and jeans and no shoes, but it was just a coincidence. Who are you? They chanted while singing happy birthday to Dark. That would be really hard to do. I'm Dark Yagami's good clone, Day Yagami. Really? You can pick other names, than Day and Night and Dark and Light. You can pick other names. It's okay. Also, did I misread? Because I was pretty sure they said that Light came into the room, not Dark. Yes, asked Light, poking his head into the door. Shrieked Light, balleting into the room. Yeah, okay, it's supposed to be a clone of Light, but now it's apparently a clone of Dark. And it's a good clone. Maybe. Things just happened. I'm back. Also, Christmas was good. Also, I kissed Kayla, so fick you, Christy, lol. Oh, so, apparently you had a very creepy, stalkery crush on this Christy lady, but now you know somebody named Kayla. Okay, sure. Chapter 25. What does this day do? Nothing, I guess, since he's kind of a pointless character, but okay. Some dudes, or maybe not dudes, so girls? Is that what you're trying to say? Sent me fan mails. Awesome, and thanks you guys. Who the fiddlesticks are you? Light's mom said, spitting her cake out, and it hit Light in the face. What is with punching or doing anything to Light's face or man bits? Like, seriously. Didn't he already introduce himself? Like last chapter? Let me scroll up. Yeah, he already introduced himself, so why are we asking this again? Yo, duds! I'm Day Yagami! You already... whatever. WTF, Light's mom starred? Yeah, starred at Soichiro. Have you been, as in the trash bin, having babies behind my back? Omegaverse? I wasn't aware Soichiro could have kids. Didn't know he could get pregnant. She screamed pretty loud and a light broke. she was real mad and kind of pissed, and she got the cake knife and waved it violently at Soichiro, but only after rubbing the cake off because she was a tiny person. Because that's what somebody in hysterics does. You know, they're not gonna wipe the cake off of a knife. They're probably gonna stab you with it. But how can Soichiro have babies unless we are in a megaverse? In that case, that would mean that in fact Soichiro is the mom, while whatever her name is, Light's mom, is the alpha? So she has a penis. I see. No wife, because that's how you address your wife. I swear, Soichiro said and did a scout's honor. Because I would pull scout's honor out of my ass in a situation like this. I would, as in log, never have another son because I would tell you. Yeah, I guess we are in a megaverse now. So she's the alpha and he's the omega. Okay. He tells the truth, Blood roared, but no one could hear him cause he was a Shinigami. They didn't have this problem before. And also he wasn't there. Then why did he say it if he's not there? How could he know anything about the situation? Mom, Dad, leave me explain, Knight said. She stood on the table so everyone could hear her. Not like she stood on the table to get everyone's attention. Whatever. Mom, Dad, Light, Dark, Sayu, Misa, Naomi, who's there for some reason. I has an announcement. Space! Exclamation point. This dude is my son! No, he's a clone of Light. We established this already. Light came in one of your test tubes and yeah. Zoe got really angry and jumped onto his feet. He was spitting everywhere with rage, and spit was getting everywhere. Well, yes, you already established this. And it smelt funny 'cause he was drunk. Well, that would explain maybe why, if the parents are drunk, that might explain why they tried to say. And Soichiro went along with it that he was the one who has kids. With a roar like a dinosaur, he jumped on the table too. Who's the geek who got you teen pregnant? What? If I catch that punk, he'll knock his lights out, and then hell to live in the dark, and then he'll punch him and slap him and beat him off, will you? With a baseball bat? Not sure about that one. And then throw him out of the window. Nad. Now you're doing this on purpose. Then jump on him. This is turning quite sexual. And hell say, ow, stop it, that hurts. But you're the Omega. How can you? Well, maybe you could ride him too hard. I don't know. And I will, 'cause I'm a nice guy, but not too nice. Yes, after getting him off with a baseball bat, throwing him out a window, and beating the shit out of him. And then forcing him to have sex with you. But not too nice. And I get the police gun and shoot a police car at him. Chainsaws! Shooting chainsaws! Shooting rockets! Wow, that's a really big gun to be able to shoot a police car. They'll teach him a lesson. Or a lesson. Yeah, we'll say that. Lesson. No, Dad, you don't understand. Light's the dad. Awkward, incestuous. Well, incest is nothing new to this story, but anyway. This was... And plus, she's also a clone, let's not forget, of his brother Dark. So, yeah. This was a bad thing to say, because Soichiro didn't understand how clones worked. Apparently you don't either, 'cause he's never played Metal Gear Solid. I haven't either, but I know more about making clones than you do. You don't know. You can't learn this kind of stuff from a video game. It's kind of fantasy. WTF? What the freaking fricker of a... That's too many fucks in a line, because that doesn't really show that you're upset. It just makes it really hard to say and read. Of a freaking Mr. Frickin' frick, did you frickin' make my daughter pregnant? Well, that is also your son. So, shouldn't your question actually be my son and my not actual daughter, but the clone of my other son, who somehow mutated into a female version of him, got together and made a kid? I didn't do it, Light squealed. This dude ain't my son. Uh-huh. Yes, I am, Day said, but no one heard him. I guess because of all the screaming. Dad, listen, Light just tripped over and accidentally got his DNA in a clone machine for good clones. WTF do you make clowns? Not clowns, clones, like the dudes. And sometimes chicks made of DNA and they look like someone else, but they're always good or evil like twins. Not necessarily. I've talked about this. Just because they're a clone doesn't mean they'll live their lives in exactly the same way as the person that they're a clone of. You know, it's like having identical twins. Sure, they share the exact same genetical makeup and parents and all that jazz, but they're two different people. They're going to, while they have many things the same, they're still going to be influenced by other things. I mean, even if they go into the same career path, that doesn't mean it's going to be exactly the same. They'll have different life experiences. They'll be separated sometimes, and they'll each do something different than the other one. Oh, Oka, period, Y. Soichiro patted his son on the back. Good on you, son. I'm so proud of you. Your very own son. Could you classify a clone of you as a son? Wouldn't it just... I mean, you see, if that was the case, then wouldn't Night be your granddaughter, and not your daughter? I'm thinking harder than the author did when he wrote this troll fic, aren't I? But you didn't get your sister pregnant, so it's okay. It's okay that's a clone of yourself. Actually, I want to be Dark Sun, Day said, picking his nose. He's a cooler dude, and you're twins, so I'm allowed to do it. No, you're not. And that's the wrong allowed. Because you're already speaking these thoughts aloud. Damn it, said Light. He wanted a son to take to baseball games and go fishing with and do all that lame stuff with stuff from TV with. You know, Light doesn't do any of that. Parents, my dad took me fishing, but that was about the extent of anything like that I did with Dad. And technically we did go to the park during, you know, baseball and stuff, but that's because Dad was involved with the local teams, and, well, then there was the whole divorce custody thing agreement. You know, I spent so much time with Dad, and I spent so much time with Mom. And I just happened to be with Dad when that stuff happened. Well, not the fishing, we scheduled that, but anyway. Not everybody likes to go fishing, not everybody likes to go watch baseball, or anything like that. Now he would have to take Nier instead, and no one likes him 'cause he smells and he's a kid. Even though he had a job going in and out of chimneys, because he was out of a job, and if he was a kid, he wouldn't need a job. Whatever. And if you don't like him, why are you hanging out with Nier? I don't get that. Also, you can't change who your father is. Your father is your father. You can see somebody else as a father figure, like in the case of adoption, but nobody's adopting you. You just said you're going to think Dark as your father now, and forget Light. You're kind of a dick. Cool, Dark said, finishing his cake, because that's what he's been doing this entire time. Go and clean your room. I don't have one. Day whined. Would that be whined? Whatever. Pointing to all his suitcases on the porch. He was just created. He's not gonna have this shit. How does he even know English? Or Japanese? Even though this takes place in America for some reason. Whatever. Then you can sleep in the attic, Dark said, and gave him a ladder, just magically, and some paint for some reason, and a sleeping bag, and some rat poison for the rats. You know, if there are rats in the Yagami household, they're not just going to be in the attic. And just because you don't use the attic doesn't mean there are rats up there. That night in the attic, if I wasn't a good clone, I'd go all mad right now. Which isn't a question or anything, it just ends the dialogue right there. Day said as ghosts and ghost rats ghosted over his head, biting him sometimes. Why would they do that, and why would you put them up there if that was going to happen? Psst! Kiddo, a mysterious voice came from the corner of the room. If he's a clone, he's not going to be a kid. There was no light, because they wouldn't give him a flashlight or anything. So they couldn't see the voice. 'Cause you guys can see my voice right now, can't you? Yeah, I see voices a lot. Yeah? What do you want, and who are you, and what are you doing in my attic? It's not your attic. You just happen to be up there. And are you a ghost? Yes. Who are you the ghost of? I can't tell you, because that will be a surprise. Soon! What do you want with me? I have an evil plan. It involves Watari and a laser gun, and it will let me be... And it will let me be the new L! Okay. Well, I am a good clone, so you can just forget it. Frick! Said the mysterious voice, and went back to bed. My English teacher said this is called foreshadows. There are 4 shadows. Okay, 4 of them. But I don't know where the shadows are, so I made it nighttime just to be safe. For those of you who don't know, foreshadowing, Foreshadowing, is a writing term meant that you are hinting at something that's about to come up in your story. Something that you are trying to draw suspense for, and that you're giving the readers little hints of what's to come. I'm pretty sure this author doesn't really know what foreshadowing is. In fact, we haven't really foreshadowed anything exactly yet, but we'll see in the next paragraph if it's foreshadowing or not. The next day, I thought you said you made it night. Or were you referring to the previous paragraph? Because that's not foreshadowing. That's not even 4 shadows. Because there was only one ghost dude, maybe. If he was a ghost. You couldn't tell, you couldn't see his voice, so how would you know? But going out of your way to tell me exactly what this plan was, that's not foreshadowing. You could foreshadow something with this, make it a very vague hint at something that is going to happen soon, but this isn't foreshadowing. You already told me what the entire plan was, you just didn't tell me who it was that was talking today. The next day, nothing else happened, so now it's the morning. No shit, Sherlock. Light and Dark weren't in bed together still, because even though Dark was like a super rich dude, he kept forgetting to buy a new bed, and Death not cause he's gay, cause he's not, I'm sure. Okay, the way you tack that on, Sounds like when I'm being sarcastic. He's not gay, I'm sure. Maybe you should... Maybe you should make that its own separate thing. You know, saying that he's not gay. No, he's really not. I know. I've seen him with a whole bunch of chicks and stuff. Plus, you have written him having massive orgies with Shinigami women. And having sex with other human women. Also participating in an incestuous orgy that did involve your brother. Though we were vague about it, and I'm not real sure that you were having sex with him, but your mother and sister and everybody was involved, and I know you were having sex with your mom, because she was very focused on keeping you. So I think the least of your concerns is, we pretty much have fact that he is not gay, so you don't really need to say that. And wasn't it already established that there was only one bed, so you guys had to share it anyway? Damn it, I'm late for school, Light screamed, climbing over Dark to get dressed. I am not, because I am too clever to go to school. It doesn't matter how smart you are, you still go to school, Dark said, and pointed to the wall where he kept his spelling bee medals and his Nobel prizes. Because Dark is the embodiment of peace, is he not, ladies and gentlemen? Let's play hooky. Why would he say this to Dark? Wouldn't he just be like, fuck school and just stay home if he's going to be late anyway? That's what I did. I wake up and like, well, fuck, I missed the bus. Forget it. I'm gonna go back to sleep. If Mom asks, I'll just explain. Let's play hooky, Light said. Author's note. Don't know how that's spelled. I think that's okay. I'm not exactly sure either, but whatever. I mean, he didn't want to go to school, not play that game with the sticks and the ice in Canada with dudes who beat each other up and wear skates. You didn't spell hockey. I think there's a C and an E in there somewhere for hockey. K. No, not K-A-Y, just the letter K. No punctuation. Though we do have an issue with punctuation throughout this entire story. Meanwhile, at the police? Also, why would Dark be like, okay, let's play hooky, when he just said he doesn't go to school because he's too smart for school and apparently has already graduated and went to college? I mean, or he dropped out. He probably dropped out. Meanwhile, at the police, Elle was all pissed off. I thought you were tired of writing about the police station. Whatever. Elle was all pissed off because, hadn't Death noted anyone lately, so he had to deal with normal crimes. If you know he's Kira, then you need to arrest him. But also because everybody in the world is apparently Kira. Whatever. Hadn't Death noted anyone lately, so he had to deal with normal crimes instead, which were boring cause he could solve them all in 10 seconds. You know, he only takes on cases he wants to do that are very difficult to figure out, you know, right? He could solve them all in 10 seconds cause he was a good detective, even if he didn't do fashion well. I guess that's a fair criticism. Watari, get me an ice cream burger? Author's note. It's like a burger, but with strawberry ice cream instead of catsup. It doesn't exist, but I'm sure it's super tasty. Ew. I don't want strawberry ice cream on my hamburger. Now, if we're talking about an ice cream sandwich, that's different, but ew. Plus, strawberry ice cream doesn't look anything like ketchup. Also, is this person Canadian? Because he's using ketchup spelt with a C. I think that's how they spell it in Canada, isn't it? Because here it's with a K. Or anytime I've seen it, it's with a K. Okay, my chummy mate. It'll be back in 2 shakes of the Queen's head. I'm just trying to imagine the queen, like, shaking her head no twice and going, "We are not amused. Your story sucks." Watari sprinted through the streets, pushing Peeps out of the way, and he shoved over an old laddie 'cause he was in a hurry and someone fell down a well. Watari, wouldn't he have all the sweets and stuff that Elle likes on hand? Okay. Beep, beep, police food emergency, gentlemen coming through, wrong through. I need an ice cream and a buggering burger. I don't think I'd want to eat any of that. Police food emergency. They're the police that deal with food crimes, I guess. He got to the burger shop and bought the biggest burger they had. Bought the biggest bugger they had. But not the biggest one because it was too big, but the second biggest, and it came with a free toy. No, that would mean you bought like a Happy Meal or the equivalent of if you got a toy. And why would Elle want a toy? Can he eat it? Well, apparently he eats remotes. Then he went to the ice cream shop. 2 scoops of your finest strawberry creamed ice, my fine gentleman? We're not sure if it's a dude we're talking to. Also, did you tell the burger place to hold the ketchup? Okay, I will do that, the man said, and he had black messy hair like Elle, and black eyes like Elle, and also like he had been punched recently, and he was wearing a white t-shirt and a jeans, because he wouldn't be wearing his store's uniform, and no shoes, and he was sucking his thumbs, both his thumbs, and he looked exactly like Elle, except he was taller. Or is this supposed to be beyond? Could you please help me carry this confabulation back to the office? Why would he do that? He's working. I am an old dude and can't hold it for long. So you have to go to the bathroom, because otherwise you'll wet yourself. Why don't you go to the bathroom there at the store, then come pick up your stuff, and then go back to the office? Okay, I will do that, the man said, and carried the burger home. So instead, he took it to his own house. Thank ye, my good man. I don't know why we'd say ye, but okay. And Watari got him a tit as a present. The bird? Did he rip off some woman's boob? If he did, that's kind of creepy. That's like Monokuma giving a present to, what's-her-face? The detective chick. Yeah. Now I know where you live, the man said, staring at Elle like a creepy dude. He doesn't live there, he works there, apparently. It's the police station. I mean, thank you, and come again, and I hope you lick your ice cream on your burger. You look just like him, Watari roared. 'Cause he would now only say it now. This is definitely a coincidence, Elle replied, buggering his face up. Why would he even eat a hamburger? He eats candy and sweets. I have to go now, the man said, and went. Okay. I wonder what he meant by that, Elle said, pigging himself to death. I'm sure he was not evil. Pigging himself to death. I'm not quite sure what you mean by pigging himself, but I'm pretty sure it can't, whatever he's doing can't make him deaf. You know, he has pretty good hearing, last I knew. Was that evil? Was that dude evil? What do you think? It's probably beyond birthday. Probably. Chapter 26. There's some Japanese that I have no clue how to read it. And I wish Ushicho was here because then he could read it for me. Ready, R-E-D-Y. I think that might be ka. Maybe ka, ready ka, ka. Or is that O? I don't know. I know very little Japanese. Like, I know this little weirdly turned E looking character. I know that's no. I think that might be ka. the little H looking thing with a line there, maybe. Anyway, thanks to Babyfish, for making the Japanish real. If you can't read Japanish, you will need to make it English again. Though, soz. Tis chap is dedicated to Jark Grimwad for snitting me fan mail. Peace out. Except not because there's fix, silly. So we used, Babyfish, Babblefish. That's what I was trying, we used Babblefish, used Babyfish. Yeah, that's not 100% accurate when it translates stuff for you. And if you translate it back, it's also not exactly accurate. Does Babblefish even still exist? I don't know. But yeah. So I'm already looking at this story and I'm just going to be like, this is going to be impossible to read without somebody who knows Japanese. So if I happen to have Phoenix over before the story gets posted tomorrow, maybe, I will have him read the Japanese-ish segments and I'll just throw them in there instead of me going, Moonspeak! So, yeah, this will be interesting. There was a doorbell in the Yagami house, and it went. There used to be a doorbell, but then it left, I guess. I'll get it. Hold your horses. Jiminy Cricket? Light's mom swore. That's not swearing. As she stopped baking cookies and went to the door. You can't exactly stop baking cookies. You always are. Once you put the cookies on, you kind of have to pay attention to them. A dude was there, and he was big and fat and mustached and had glasses. Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet this is the Demigawa guy. And he was Demigawa as in two words. And instead of his actual name, which would be spelled with I's, we have Demi, like sort of something, but not exactly a something. Hey, yeah, I'm from the TV in Japan, where we should be, but we're not. And I'm also not gonna say what my actual channel station name is. I'm just gonna say I'm from the TV, as if that was a place. And I want to talk to your Sunday Yagami. That would technically be her grandson, apparently, but whatever. He said, except in Japanish, so it sounded like TV, some stuff, Wanto, some stuff, Yagami, some stuff, hiya, I'm sorry, I can't read your crazy squiggles. Why would he be? They're a Japanese family. It'd be more difficult for them to know anything about English with the exception of light and L. And probably dark and maybe night too. I'm sorry I can't read your squiggles, Light's mom said, even though one of them looked like a pretzel. That would be the one that means no. But my other son, Dark Yagami, can, and he can speak any language except for Walish, which we established. But that's okay because my daughter can, and also he learned it once, so he can now. He learned it once, even though I just said that he can't speak it. And of course he can understand everything you can say, even though he's speaking Japanese to you and you're speaking English to him. Hey dude, I'm Dark. Dark bellowed, but in Japan it was stuff. Stuff? No Yagami cause stuff, said Demi, madly waving his camera everywhere and accidentally filming Misa's undies. Well, granted, Demigawa is kind of a sleazebag, but I don't think he's the kind of guy who secretly films panty shots. Though you said it was an accident, but I doubt it. Stuff, stuff, Yagami, stuff. Ficking Yagami of Shinigami stuff. Author's note. I love how there's Japans have the same words for freak as America. That's because you can't type. Shinigami? That's changed into English letters because the translator doesn't recognize that you're using a Japanese word, and so it doesn't know how to replace it with the Japanese lettering, which is actually characters, not lettering, but whatever. Dark said in return, poking himself to make sure it wasn't a dream, and also because it felt good. So he's poking himself up the ass? You said it felt good, so I guess that's what he's doing. A bunch of more Japanish. More Japanish, bro. Japanish. Dark said, and then said stuff in English so peeps could hear him properly on TV. Except that this is apparently a Japanese news anchor reporter dude, and he's probably doing this stuff for Japanese TV, in which case if you say English, then nobody will understand what you're saying, unless they just happen to speak English pretty well. Mr. Darkest Yagami, tell me about yourself, Demi said, waving the camera around awesome style. And then nobody will watch it because he has no idea how to film anything. And playing some death metal like Nickelback and stuff to make it more awesome. Death metal like Nickelback. That's not death metal. That's not even close. Plus you couldn't play that for TV. Nickelback would sue you. Though they'd probably laugh their heads off too if they heard you trying to say they were death metal. Well, I am the smartest dude in America, even though we don't live in America, we live in Japan. And I own a plane, and I sex with chicks a lot, and sometimes, because you would totally put this on TV, I like to be in the Olympics, which you would be overqualified for, and they probably wouldn't have you. Which I win because I am so good, except for that time I had a broken leg, but still won. You were never in the Olympics. At all. I'm sorry, I'll have to cut you off because there's a fire in the city. Wouldn't they have a different reporter covering that? And nobody said anything about this being live. WTF, screamed Day, leaping out of the attic. Someone needs to save the dudes. I'll do it, Dirk said after calling the fire department and asking for being allowed to do it. Well, okay. I don't know why he has to ask if he's got superpowers and can somehow save people, but at least he made sure it was okay this time to go and save people. He got in his car from Paris, remember? I hope you do. Didn't that blow up or something? Oh, no, wait, they drove it through a tunnel, and then it kind of magically disappeared, and we never heard of it again till now. And vroom to the fire, which was in an apartment tower like on Friends. Okay. And there were fire trucks and hoses, about read as horses, and dudes spraying each other. They wouldn't be spraying each other. They would be fighting the fire. And spraying each other with what? Piss? Don't drink the lemonade, kids, especially if a man named Drewer gives it to you. It's bad for you. Also, don't go to creepy monasteries. They're full of shit. There were lights everywhere, and Dart got confused and crashed his car, but it landed in the fire, which was already on fire, so nothing happened. No, you have gas in your car, do you not? Once the fire melts the metal, the gas is going to leak into the fire. That's going to be bad. Dart got out and looked at the fire, because you would just casually do that when you crashed into a fire. It was bright and also hot, and there was some smoke, and something had fallen over, so Dart put it up. He didn't pick it up, he put it up. Then he heard something in the top floor. In it, not on it. So he ran super speed like Sonic up the stairs. That's the wrong thing with stairs. and they were on fire and falling down, so he had to jump like 20 floors because he can somehow do that. He saw a door and he knew it was this one was special cause it was on fire. It's not special when the place is on fire. Everything is on fire, depending on how bad the fire is. And I thought you needed to go to the top floor, because you heard something in it. He kicked it in, and it was a steel door made of steel and gold, so it was real hard. Gold would mean it's easily bendable. Unless for some reason the gold is mixed with the steel, but I don't know how strong that would be. But it broke, and he kicked it in and jumped in. He looked round. The apartment was on fire everywhere, and there was fire on the sofa. Something was squeaking for its life. Then Dark saw it sitting on the window. It was a rabbit. Okay. Apparently Dark is Superman. Dark grabbed the rabbit and jumped out just as the fire reached the gas tank. So you did think of this even though you said nothing happened. The gas tank and the whole apartment exploded. Well, I don't think it can do that, but I'm pretty sure that would still be very bad. He fell like 70 floors. There's no way in hell that the apartment complex would be that tall. But the firefighters all sprayed him real hard as the jets of water slowed him down. That's not how gravity works. That's not how pressure from fire hoses work. That is impossible. It would not slow you down like in a cartoon. It's implausible. And also, he was on fire, so they solved that problem too. Good for you. My hero, screeched a sexy woman who owned the rabbit. I will sex you for saving him. Thank you, said Dark, and got her number and address, except her apartment had just blown up and her phone was in there and it was useless, so he had to add her on Facebook instead. But who started the fire? Who started the fire? Anyway, as Soichiro brushing fire off his mustache, he's not a fire chief. Why would he be there? He works for the equivalent of the FBI. He wouldn't have anything to do with a fire. Unless it involved, like, mass homicide or something, but then he'd be working with, like, fire department and stuff. That is a good question. I will solve it, Dark pondered. Maybe I will ask that creepy dude if he saw anything. Creepy dudes are good at seeing creepy dude things, like fires, and he looks like a dam, as in a thing that holds water back, creepy dude, or my name isn't Dark Yagami. What dude are we talking about? Are we bringing back Beyond Birthday from last chapter? Yo, creepy dude, give me some skin, Dark bellowed, all friendly like to the creepy dude. The creepy dude fived Dark on the hand. Do you know who started the fire? We didn't start the fire. I think I saw him. Well, then it wouldn't be a him, it'd be a her. It was a chick who was short and fat and hated candies, and had long blonde hair and small eyes and didn't look like Elle at all. I will look out for her. Anything else? A dude called Elle lives in there, but I know for sure, as a negative, that's defo not why it was set on fire, he replied, staring at Dark, looking just like Elle. Yeah, this is Beyond Birthday. Now, I need to go back to my job at the burger shop because those burgers won't cook themselves unless they do, which they can't. So, you know that Elle lives in that apartment building, which I guess is a police station as well, which then would explain why Soichiro's there. But he definitely knows as a negative that Elle lives there. So Elle doesn't live there? So he just set the place on fire. You know, Beyond Birthday isn't an arsonist, that's just how he was going to kill himself. The dude walked away, and little did Dark know, he was the guy who made the fire for real! Then he worked it out, but it was too late. No, it's not. You just go to his burger shop, ask Watari, and he'll tell you. Sorry, not much happened, but the fire was too epic. Not really. It just, bam, fire, done with. More stuffs next time, as in your neck, and many of them. Chapter 27, The Creepy Dude Has a Plan! Warning, this chap has a lot of slashing in it cause Light needs to do it to save America. Well, thanks for the spoilers. Also, I don't think Light gives a shit about America. The buzz went off at Elle's new house. You mean the doorbell? The buzzer? His phone vibrated? I don't know. Which wasn't in his old tower cause that burned down. Yes, I read last chapter, and anybody else who made it this far has probably read last chapter too. Instead, two separate words, he was in a trailer park for rich dudes. If your richest relative buys a new house and you have to help take the wheels off of it, you just might be a redneck. Elle has all kinds of money. Why would he hang out in a trailer park? I mean, he could do that if he wanted to, but why not just camp out in a hotel room? Or at Whammy's house? Instead, he was in a trailer park for rich dudes at the top of the biggest skyscraper. What? Trailer parks are not in skyscrapers. They're on a plot of land owned by somebody else. Typically, you rent that. I mean, you could own the trailer, but usually you pay lot rent. Biggest skyscraper in Light City. Who the buggery is this? Watari bellowed into the buzz machine. The buzz machine. Okay, it's called an intercom. And pressed the buzz button that made the door unlock. No, it's Light Yagami. Light Yagami replied. You don't need to say his full name. Replied loudly, but not too loud in case someone else heard him and knew he was Kira. Well, whose fault is that if they know by your name that you are Kira? Stealthy you are not. I'm here to sex up Elle and bake cupcakes, and I'm all out of cupcakes, which is why I need to bake them. I don't think Watari needs to know that you came to have sex with your boyfriend. The cupcakes... Well, yeah, I suppose, but still. Then come on up, my fine friend, roared Watari. 5 seconds later, the elevator binged and out jumped a light. Because it's not going to take you a little bit of time to get from the bottom to the very top of the skyscraper. The elevator binged and out jumped the light. He was wearing a silver suit, and there was a rose on it, and his shirt was painted with pictures of dogs playing cards, like the Simpsons Halloween show. Sal. Yes, the Simpsons Halloween Sal. That really does not go with his outfit if he's wearing silver. Also, wouldn't that be quite dated? Oh, I know! He's wearing that slim suit from those stupid commercials the Nostalgia Critic looks at. That's what he's wearing. And under it, he's got like this really dated, stupid t-shirt. Yeah. Okay, I got it. On his head was a hat. It was a nice hat, and it had a picture of Light's face on it, so everybody knew as a new shiny car who he was. Then what was with the secrecy earlier of people knowing who you were, because then they would know you're Kira? You might as well just announce to the world, I'm Kira. Suck it up, bitches. I'll kill you if you try to kill me, so fuck you. Hello, L. Lowercase l. Could be an I, not sure. Light screamed, at the top of his lungs apparently, glomping the hell out of the waffly big-eyed police dude. Waffly big-eyed? He's supposed to look like a panda bear. Hi, replied L or I, we're not sure, macking on Light real hard cause they were like boyfs or something. You're not sure if they're boyfriends or not. They've been having gay sex with each other for a while now. You're not sure if they're boyfriends or something. Let's sex. But I haven't made cupcakes yet, replied Light, pantsing and waving his arms around. For some reason, and who cares if in what order you have cupcakes and sex. In fact, you probably could use the frosting in interesting ways. I've read way too much yaoi. Too much. So they made pancakes instead of cupcakes, and then they sexed. Elle's bed was made of candies and candy sheets, and had candy pillows, also made of marshmallows, except that Elle had ate them. I don't think that'd be a comfortable bed, and also that get your body heat would melt all that candy and Also, why would Elle eat the pillows? I mean, ew. And why would you put your heads on marshmallows? Wouldn't that get in all your hair and be sticky? It's kind of making me want hot chocolate right now. Plus, it's cold as crap outside. So, yeah. Light took, no, that's actually spelled correct this time. Light took off his suit and the other suit underneath, which was made of lace and silk and all sexy like girly undies. I didn't realize Light and Elle were into that, but okay. Elle took off his cloths too, but it was just his boring white t-shirt and jeans and not shoes. So I won't bother talking about them, because he doesn't wear shoes. He wore shoes once, I think, and that's when he was at college. They sexed very hard and made so much noise that a bunch of pigeons flew away all over the city, and some dudes thought it was an earthquake. You cannot have sex that hard. You just can't. But it wasn't, because it was just some noisy sexing, and Elle's trailer was rocking real hard. That if they're having that much sex to make the whole trailer rock, it's not a very stable trailer. They did not fasten it correctly. Rocking real hard, then it stopped cause they were done. I wasn't finished yet, whined Light. That is none of my concern. That's a shitty boyfriend. You should dump him and then go masturbate, replied Elle like the god of war dude. You mean Kronos? Was that his name? We have God of War, but we haven't really played it, really. But did it again anyway, and then they were done. So they were done, but Light wasn't finished yet, and then Elle's, I don't care. But then they had sex again, and then they were actually done. That's not how stuff works. That also makes Elle look like a dick to his boyfriend. And again, if he's that kind of a dick, Light should say, fuck you, and go find another dude. They lay back, and Elle was smoking a cigarette, because you see him do that so often in the show. Because that's what peeps do after sexing, I think. It's called a cliche. Do you have a dad? Light asked, cuddling Elle. No, I do not, because I was left at Watari's house when I was a baby, cause he's my gramps, and also runs an orphanage, which is good, I guess. Exclamation point, Elle said back. Well, yes, you do have a dad, cause how else would you have been born? Unless you're like some kind of weird alien baby, like apparently Light and his family is, because apparently their dad is their mom, and their mom is their dad, due to Omegaverse shenanigans, but anyway. But, yes, you have a dad, you just never met him. Even though technically you're actually an orphan and not related to Watari at all, but okay. He tells the bloody truth, added Watari. Why is Watari in the same room they are? Did you watch them having sex? What in the crap? But if you did have a dad, what would he be like? He'd probably look just like me, except taller, and he would be a creepy dude. So your dad's beyond birthday, I see. I don't think that's how that worked. For those who don't know, this is kind of spoilers in case you haven't read another note. But, Beyond Birthday, codenamed B, was one of L's original successors. But, of course, something is very wrong with him, like being obsessed with L and a fucking serial killer. And basically, if you know from the show or also the manga, that's where the LA BB serial murders come from. That's how he met Naomi, was because they were investigating that case. And B was the perpetrator. So that's who B actually is. But apparently this is trying to say B is L's dad, which is weird. It's not my style of writing, because it's basically mellow writing a story that L told him. Anyway, and also evil for leaving me with my gramps. That's not really evil if he left you with a good person to take care of you, because he can't for some reason. And going on around the world mission to become the evilest dude ever. You know, if I didn't know my father, I'm pretty sure this isn't the image I would have in my head of him. But what do I know? But he didn't, so it doesn't matter. But what if he did? I never thought of that. What? What does what you just said have to do with anything that could or could not be going on right now? I never thought of that. Exploding L jumped out of bed so hard he hit his head on the ceiling fan. So it's a fan that seals stuff. Okay, I get it. We need to go and save America before it's too late. So you're not actually in America anymore. Stop beeping your car, whoever's beeping your car, asshole. 10 minutes later at the police. Hello, I am L, said a dude at the door. Let me in because I need to solve a crime. That's not how stuff works. That's also not how L works. The desk lady opened the door sexily. She was naked because then What? She was naked because then criminals came to see her naked and then they got arrested. Criminals usually don't come to a police station and they wouldn't let you be naked on the job in a public place at work because bad guys are there and some of them will probably want to rape you. Mostly because you're a police officer and a woman, and they think that makes them badass. You look taller than L, so you know that's not L, she said naked. Well, of course she said naked, she is naked. I am not feeling well cause I ate too much candy, which explains why you look taller than L, because I can tell you're not L, and you're taller than, he is. He said back and didn't look at the naked lady. Anyway, I have to go now. So I just wanted you to let me in. Bye. He got up the stairs. He got up the stars. How did he get to space? And ran all the way to the secret floor. Then no one knew new shiny car about except him because he had builded the police station. He had builded the police station and put an extra floor on the roof. So nobody's going to miss this extra floor that happens to be on the roof of the police station. In there was a lab where he made bombs and also ice cream for his day job as an ice cream dude. I thought he worked at the burger place. Hanging from the ceiling, again, there is a place that seals things. Screaming in pain was Matt. Okay, I saved you from the car crash. So we're retconning this again. The creepy dude said, sharpening a samurai sword. I guess that'd be sword. It's called a katana, and sparks went everywhere. Now, wouldn't that set the building on fire if you're doing that inside? Now, get talking or I will cut bits of you, starting with your goggles. So you're gonna slowly cut his clothes off and then start cutting him? Okay, if you could describe this better, I'd be all about this. This is the kind of thing Caleb would read on her own. I don't really know if I would support a Beyond Birthday Matt pairing, but I'm interested in this. Too bad it's going to go nowhere. I don't. What you want? Screamed Matt, and he wet himself and pee dripped onto the floor, really rank style. Okay, was an A rank, a B rank? Did he get an S rank, like, in Resident Evil? Stars rank? Whatever. I need your secret death note, the creepy dude replied and stabbed Matt in the Google. So, did he stab him in the eye through his Googles? I didn't know Googles made Googles. I learned something new today. The next time it will your nose, so get talking. I don't have a secret death note. He screamed and peed even more. Once you empty your bladder, it's kind of hard to immediately pee again on command. Kind of need about an hour and a lot more water. He screamed and peed even more because Dark had once written that in the everything note cause he was a dick. That he just pee himself automatically regardless of the fact that if he could pee or not. And even if I did, which I don't, I won't give it to you. Yes, you do. I seen you use it. Now talk. And he put down the sword and picked up a bigger sword. Because that's going to be so much different than using a katana. Okay, I threw it in a volcano, so you can't get it, you creepy dude. Hands on it. Get your creepy dude's hands on it. Nobody can, because it's in a volcano. And the volcano burnt it up. How did you get that close to a volcano to throw it in there anyway without suffocating to death? Or burning up due to all the heat and hot air? Then I will make a swap, said the creepy dude, and he grabbed Matt and tied him to a stick and got in his ice cream truck and drove slow to the volcano. Wouldn't people notice that you have a guy tied to a stick and that you're going to a volcano, which I guess this entire story is taking place in Hawaii? I don't know. Also, how does Beyond Birthday know anything about Death Notes? The only thing he had special about him were Shinigami eyes. Anyway. No, screamed Matt as the creepy dude took him to the top bit where the lava is. And they both died horrific, suffocating deaths. Yes, said the creepy dude, and mobbed him real hard, and Matt fell in the volcano, and the volcano god took the sacrifice and gave the creepy dude the secret death note. It was a secret death note, so it didn't have the rules in it, and the cover said, not evil. A secret death note is better than a normal death note, cause you can use it and no one will know what it is or what happened. No, that was kind of the whole point in having a killer notebook to start with. You just write somebody's name down with their face pictured in your mind, and that person will die in about 40, is it 40? Or 45? I think it's 40 seconds. It's 40 seconds. I don't know why I was thinking 45. Whatever. The creepy dude took out a pen, but it was out of ink. So he threw in the volcano, and the volcano god gave him a new evil pen that used lava for ink. And it burnt up the notebook he just acquired, as well as his hands and the pen itself. He wrote, "My son! Who is the creepy dude's son? Why does he want to kill him?" Well, you just I mean, as if it wasn't obvious before now, but you just now explained to us that the guy he's been trying to kill, which is L, is totally his son, and he's been trying to kill him. Anyway, what evil things will he do with the secret Death Note? Which isn't really a secret. Answers without a W next time. Shocked face, shocked face, shocked face.